Hello, this is Michael Conneely from the beautiful west of Ireland with the Astrology and Healing newsletter for May 2019, and the sun is shining beautifully on the fields. It's absolutely lovely. Actually, there's quite a sort of big lineup of brief items before the astrology summary. So I'll just tell you what the lineup brief items are. Well, my wife Maggie Pashley, there's a video and a brief article from her on freeing up creativity and magic with future life progression. And so Maggie does many healing modalities, and some of them are, quite sort of metaphysical healing with things like future life progression and soul realignment, wonderful healing modalities. And then I'd like to tell you there's a very special event in August near here in County Sligo in the west of Ireland. It's organised by Claire Louise Nifton, who's doing the most wonderful job creating a healing community in this area. And in August she is setting up an event essentially to meet great goddess Danu, and the event is run by 4 people, so I'm doing an actual vision journey to meet great goddess Danu in the Carrowkeel megalithic tomb nearby. The ancient people who indeed came from the area, most anciently in the Neolithic, and brought great goddess Danu here, and of course she persisted through into the Iron Age, and then her worship was destroyed in 432, but she is the most incredible, powerful, vibrant goddess, and you can give your own wounds to mothering for her to hold so that you can live a fuller life. So before we get to the astrology, there's the talk from Maggie, the video from Maggie on freeing up creativity and magic. And there's a note about this healing event, the Goddess Danu event of the decade, a residential weekend in August. And I'll be doing a special video and blog about that in a few days' time. And then there's a link to a new blog I've set up. I call it Ogham Gods and Runes. So it's dedicated to the ancient alphabets of the ancient Irish and the ancient Norse, and to the gods and goddesses of the ancient Irish and the ancient Norse. So if you're interested in that sort of area, follow the link and subscribe to the new blog. Oh, and then if that wasn't enough, Maggie and I have launched Sacred West of Ireland tours, and so there's a new page on my Druid Forest School website, and so basically you can simply book in a sort of pop-up tour at a number of the beautiful sacred sites. There's a plethora of them around here in Sligo, and basically they have a very special feature because you can do a vision journey to meet a god or a goddess of the ancient Irish in these ancient sacred sites. Although in the case of Loch Gill, it's W.B. Yeats' country, and therefore we also would look at the sort of earth energies that prompted his poetic genius and read his poems like the Lake Isle of Innisfree if you come on one of those tours. And then very big news, coming up in about 6 to 8 weeks' time, I'm launching a whole new series of vision journeys to meet gods and goddesses of the ancient Irish and the ancient Norse, working with colleagues. And so these journeys are immensely empowering and healing and visionary, and they're done individually with you on Zoom wherever you are in the world. and there'll be details about those coming up about 6 to 8 weeks' time. I've been preparing for 1.5 years on these, and they are so incredibly empowering and beautiful. Okay, so I'm now going to start telling you about the astrology of May 2019. Now, obviously, what I've got to say is that there is an immense and totally big, huge energy, the Saturn-Ketu-Pluto conjunction. It formed in January 2019. It runs all 2019. And this is a sharp energy of reformation. It invites you to blow apart your prison walls and smash your blocks. And it's so big, and because it runs all year, I've done a 3-part video and a whole long blog all about it. And that's coming out at the same time as this blog. So do look out for those videos and that blog on the Saturn-Ketu-Pluto Great Conjunction. It hasn't occurred in Vedic Sagittarius for 500 years. And when it occurred last time, Martin Luther nailed his 95 Theses to the cathedral door in Wittenberg and smashed the Catholic Church in Northern Europe. What will it do this time? But it isn't all like that. May has a beautiful separate strand of luxurious and sexual and beautiful energies as well, and I'm going to mention those in a moment. So the point is, don't let the pressure cooker of the Great Conjunction take over your life and make you despondent, which is possible, particularly for certain signs more than others, as explained in the blog. Remember that there's a whole series of very beautiful Taurian and Venus-Neptune energies occurring in May. So look for them, be open to them, and give them priority and place. So there's a whole list of them which I set out in the blog post, and indeed typical of them. On May the 7th, there's the ancient Vedic festival to great goddess Lakshmi, Akshaya Tritiya, all about wealth and happiness. And so basically, I've included a beautiful picture of great goddess Lakshmi in the blog post. Print it off, put it on your wall, and on May the 7th, make the special effort to connect to Goddess Lakshmi. Bring her blessings, beauties and pleasures into your life. Life's not just about massive karmic challenges and reformation, although we also have to honour those. So, carrying on down through the May 2019 Astrology and Healing newsletters astrology section, I've put in the chart for when Martin Luther nailed up his theses, and also the chart for the Notre Dame fire, because it's the same energy, affecting religion and religious areas. And I'm aware of other violent energies that have occurred during this great conjunction, like in Sri Lanka and other places. And then the post carries on, mentioning particular that Jupiter is not so easy for us to contact at this time. Basically, he's retrograde. He's in the Gandanta zone. That's the zone where a water sign gives way to a fire sign. There's 3 of them in Vedic astrology. This one is Vedic Scorpio to Vedic Sagittarius, and Jupiter's retrograding through it all month. And so although divine Jupiter remains his perfection and beauty, his blessing and his purpose, we humans won't find it so easy to connect to that. And so again, I've put a picture of divine Jupiter up on the wall, and I honour that every day to keep up the sense of purpose and blessing that Jupiter normally gives. And actually Jupiter is debilitated or in problems in the heavens for about 3.5 years until he leaves Vedic Capricorn. I did a blog about this recently, so look up that. Don't give way to feeling, oh, I can't succeed, everything I do fails. Oh, I'm just going to sit around. I haven't got the sense of purpose to do the work I need to do. Recreate the presence, the supreme presence of divine Jupiter. And the other big thing to mention is that opposite that great conjunction of Saturn, Ketu, Pluto in Vedic Sagittarius, a new malefic conjunction forms in Vedic Gemini, exactly opposite. So on the 6th of March, Rahu entered Vedic Gemini, and now in May, Mars enters Vedic Gemini. I'm just looking up for the exact date. Can't see it here. Oh, here we are. 7th of May. And so in other words, we have two very malefic conjunctions opposite each other. And remember, Mars will move through Mrigashira Nakshatra to Ardra Nakshatra and then Punarvasu Nakshatra at the same time as Rahu is retrograding through Gemini, and the two of them will of course meet exactly. And so basically, I think Ardras, people who have Sun or whatever in Ardra Nakshatra, need to be very careful, because they could almost get, violent or tunnel-driven aggressive at this time. Please hear that if, you're an Ardra or you have a husband who's an Ardra or something. And the last thing I'd make special note of is that Uranus is transiting in May from 8 to 10 degrees of Vedic Aries, Ashwini Nakshatra. And so if you have planets near there, or planets, around 8 to 10 degrees and a bit either side in Vedic Libra opposite, watch out for revolution. It will be good if you handle it right, because Uranus is also inspirational. So, basically it is a hugely complicated set of astrological energies this month. I hope I have given you a good verbal summary, so that there is the great conjunction in Sagittarius, there's the malefic Mars-Rahu conjunction in Gemini opposite, but there's the wonderful Taurian stuff and Venus-Neptune stuff as well, and there's inspirational Uranus too. So make the effort to piece out what those very different planetary energies, how they will impact on your life, and then make the effort to bring in the revolution and balancing it with the pleasure, to bring in magic, to destroy blocks. So you can get a reading from me at my starwheelastrology.com website, or you can enroll on one of my wonderful Vedic astrology courses or Western astrology courses at my Master Vedic Astrology website. Do see my Druid Forest School website for the new and wonderful Sacred West of Ireland tours. It's a beautiful mystic place here. We're right on the very shores of the Atlantic, near Benbulben Mountain and Knocknarea and Loch Gill, the Cave of the Morrigan at Owen Gat, you name it. Come to Ireland for that very special Danu event organised by Claire Louise Nifton, where Maggie will be working on healing blocks. I will be doing the vision meeting. Claire will be doing I'm so sorry, family constellation work and dance. And Tati will be doing, very importantly, art therapy. It's the most incredible residential weekend. Don't miss it. Wherever you are on the earth, book in now before places run out. Okay, have a good May. Thank you.